Okay, who do we have next? This is your November general read, Aquarius. We have Soma by Smashing Pumpkins, as well as Shake Leg by AC/DC, and Bliss by Muse. Please check out your Rising Moon and Venus sign for additional messages. We're doing a Wheel of the Year reading for you in honor of Samhain, which is also known as Halloween. We're going to pull an oracle card for you from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, and then we're going to do your reading with the Rider-Waite Tarot. We will get you some numbers of significance as well as some magnetic poetry. This is going to be your reading for the Wheel of the Year. So that'll be November 2020. This is your November read, but it's also going to be everything from November of 2023 all the way through to October of 2024, because it is the Celtic, or rather the Pagan New Year. Let's give it a knock. Everything's been pre-shuffled. We will also shuffle again. Yours is Netcaster. Preparations come to fruition. So there has been something that you've been preparing for, that you've been putting in proper investment into. You are casting a net of some sort, and there is preparation that you are either engaging in at this time, or preparation that you are supposed to be engaging in during this year for something to come to fruition in the future. This is 42 breaking down to a 6. It has to do with family. So there could be some preparation that has to do with the family unit. Some preparations that need to come, that you have to engage in now so that you can have success with family in the future. I love the artwork on these cards. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and let's see your energy for this year. We're going to start out with something that has to do with you and your energy and the overall running theme for you and what the center of your spread is. And we'll look at the challenge for you during this year, and then we'll look at the wheel itself for each individual month, clarifying with the Sun and Moon Tarot. I'm all by myself, as I've always felt. Now, please check out the description box for everything you need to know, including the only place where you can donate to the channel, as well as the only place that you can reach me to book a personal reading. I will never reach out to you individually asking for donations or, soliciting private readings from you. Scammers do that kind of a thing. Now also, I am clairaudient, clairsentient, and claircognizant. So if I hear ringing on my right-hand side, messages from people that I know. Hold on a second. I thought I turned the TV off. Sorry about that. I'm clairsentient, claircognizant, and clairaudient, which means that when I hear ringing on my right-hand side, those are messages that I'm getting from people I know that have passed on. When I hear ringing on my left, and messages from my spirit guides, guardian angels, that kind of a thing. Please also check out your Rising Moon and Venus sign for additional messages. Let's go ahead, let's twist for fairness, and then let's get started for you. Woo. Woo. Yeah, you got things that you feel like are falling apart right now. While you do need, there's that call from the oracle card there to prepare for something, because you do have things coming to fruition, or that will come to fruition with that preparation. Let's go ahead and let's see what is Aquarius's overall energy for November moving forward into the year. Aquarius, what do we have? No. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, the energy for the year itself. You have 2 that have come out. Okay, 8 of Pentacles and the 3. Without delay, there's a need for you to hone your craft, to look at ways that you can work hard towards things that you need. This is more than likely in preparation for something that needs to come to fruition. So the focus is on working hard, apprenticeship energy, but also ensuring that you are putting your nose to the grindstone and working hard. And this right here is a warning that you do not have time to waste. No more surveying the land, no more looking out over things. There is no more F around energy, if you will, on that. What's your obstacle? What is your obstacle, Aquarius, for the year? We're shuffling backwards, interestingly enough. Okay, that was easy. No, you're super fast with this. Your obstacle is gossip, naysayers, people who are talking. Normally in the upright, this would be something that's cause for celebration, but this is a hen party gossip. People talking. People yapping about things that are going on with you, sometimes about your business, but it could definitely be that one of your challenges and obstacles is that people are discussing. People are discussing your past actions. People are discussing you. People are getting in your way with the things that they're talking about. Whether or not this is because of things that you've done in the past or not, I cannot say for sure. But do not give people, don't give people a reason to talk. Yeah, hone your craft. Keep your nose to the grindstone without delay. Don't give people a reason, right? Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's see. We're going to cut the deck, and we're going to look at taking that center pile, putting it on top, and let's look at the overall energy for each month, and we will clarify through. November, we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. December, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. January, Eight of Swords. February, the Star, that's you. Cancer also had this, so you might actually have Cancer in your chart. March, the Moon in the reverse. April, the Emperor in the reverse. May, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. June, Seven of Swords in the reverse. July, Six of Swords. Woohoo! August, Tower in reverse. September, Five of Wands. And October, Ace of Cups. All right, let's go ahead. Let's clarify everything for you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress in the reverse. You've been getting the Empress in the reverse for a few readings now. This is Taurus and Libra energy, a lack of connectedness with the earth, a lack of fertile creativity, the need to connect with the earth, to embody earth energy so that you can be creative, so that you can create things on the earthly plane. This can also be somebody who is connected with the earth and highly creative that you have upset, or that you have rocked the foundation of a motherly energy. Let's go ahead and let's get started. Again, this has all been pre-shuffled, but we'll go ahead and we'll do it anyway. Sun, Moon, Tarot. We're going to clarify through everything that we can. I got to try and get these readings done far faster. But at the same time, I don't want to feel like I'm ripping one sign off over another here. So let's see what we can do for you. One more. I'm hearing one more. When you know, you know, you know. What is that? What song is that? When you know, you know, you know. Okay, let's just return this for you. Let's go ahead and let's get started. What is this? So Five of Swords, November. You're looking at Five of Swords in the reverse. No longer deceiving yourself. The Five of Swords is typically deceptive energy, self-deceptive energy, where you were deceiving yourself. You're no longer deceiving yourself about something, or somebody else is no longer deceiving themselves. I'm shuffling backwards again. I don't know why. But let's see. What is this coming out of self-deception for you? We already have a flipper that somehow got past me. That's the Nine of Pentacles, and we have two that have fallen. Okay. The need for independence, the need to get, don't pay attention to the words on the top. They can be rather deceiving when we're looking at the cards themselves. They're not necessarily appropriate to the card. Nine of Pentacles in the upright with the Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Swords in the reverse. Two cards here that are talking about reconnection with somebody or reconciliation with somebody. There is a need to stand on your own 2 feet, to be financially independent. You're not deceiving yourself about this. You realize that with reconciliation, or if you wish to reconcile with somebody, you need to be independent. You need to be far more independent when it comes to things on the tangible plane. Not necessarily always coin, but you're no longer fooling yourself about this. This is somebody who once walked away from a situation that was of emotional fulfillment, either you or somebody else who was returning to the scene of the crime. And then also Six of Swords energy, which would normally be somebody moving on from something burning in their wake onto greener pastures. But this is no movement forward. So there's a lack of progress that comes with reconciliation here. You cannot progress into independence if you move back into old habits, old connections. There needs to be growth, and growth doesn't happen if we're not learning the lessons. And that's something that you're not deceiving yourself about in November. Looking at December, we have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Pentacles in the reverse is a broken contract. It can also be broken friendships, or a call to attention when it comes to the need for balance in your physical, mental, emotional spiritual worlds. One of the three of spiritual, emotional / mental and physical is not in balance with the others. This is also friendships that are falling by the wayside, or neglected friendships, contracts that are not going through, or broken contracts or offers. So I almost wanted to grab that Rider deck, the Rider Waite again, but let's not do that. Let's not make mistakes. So looking at December, what do we have? Shuffling forward, look at that. So what is the Three of Pentacles? That's, is that card vomit? Yeah, it's card vomit. For the Three of Pentacles, what do we have for our Three of Pentacles? For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, there's a Queen of Wands already dropped. We have some cards that want to twist and move. Queen of Wands. Okay, there we go. Super easy. Your energy's coming out super fast. We have the Queen of Wands in the upright, the Four of Wands in the upright, the Star in the reverse, and the Sun in the reverse. So you have the reason, so these contracts, or the lack of symphony in between mind, body, and spirit here, it's wishes not come true, wishes not granted. There have been things that you have lost in terms of your star. You've lost your star and you've lost your sun. Direct translation, you've lost your star and you've lost your sun. Star is about healing. Star is about faith. Star is about having faith and hope towards a wish or a goal that is long cherished, something that you have to have faith in and believe in order to attain it. Whereas the sun is a wish, a yes, happiness, your apparent happiness, something that's huge to you that you want and you can gain immediately. Both of these are not coming to fruition. That broken contract, or the lack of balance in between, the lack of harmony in between mind, body, and spirit isn't happening as a result of these things, or the reason that you do not have a harmony with those things, or sorry, vice versa, switch it, flip the script. The reason that you're not achieving these two different separate goals is because of the lack of harmony in between mind, body, and spirit. What we see here is we see a Queen of Wands in the upright. That is fire, feminine energy, mainly Leo or Aries feminine energy, along with the Four of Wands. So it seems here that there is a feminine, powerful leadership energy, somebody who likes attention, the spotlight, as well as somebody who is a leader, fiery, creative, inspiring. And then also the four posts of the marriage bed, the four walls of a home, stability. They have the stability, but you lost your star and you lost your sun. These are goals and wishes and faith that you had in something greater, your happiness, your warmth, your faith, your healing. And that's the reason why this contract didn't move through, or the reason why you do not have harmony and balance in a situation. Either that, or again, vice versa. The reason that you do not have these things is, or sorry, rather the reason you don't have harmony in mind, body, and spirit is because you don't have these things. And they are connected to this Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is somebody who embodies a lot of the passion and inspiration and creative energy and leadership energy that could have helped lead you to stability and to your star and to your sun. And so there is a need for balance. There's a call to action in December, a realization that dawns on you in December that you need to bring those three facets into balance. And it could also be the result, the realization is the result after a contract falls through, or a loss of a friendship happens, and then that kind of, gives you an epiphany of sorts. Speaking of epiphany, which is in January, you have January's energy of the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords being a mental prison. You can see this person is bound, and I always talk about this when I'm looking at other decks, referring back to the Rider Waite, because it is so poignant in its imagery. And that's why all decks are based on it, really. This person is bound, and they are blindfolded, yet their feet are not. They have the ability to walk out of this prison at any moment, but they believe that they don't. This is a call to exercise self-empowerment. You're trapped in a mental prison, but it is just that. It's a mental prison. So let's look at that energy for January. Why? Why do you feel that you're trapped in a mental prison of sorts, Aquarius? Aquarius. There's overindulgence here with Three of Cups falling. You might end up with a little bit of extra cash that causes you to imbibe too much. But there's also talking about some things here. You keep on getting 4 cards for things. So initially we have the 3 of Cups energy. 3 of Cups in the upright, 4 of Cups in the upright, Queen of Cups in the upright, and then the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so mental prison in January because of a little too much imbibing, a little too much celebration. There is cause for celebration, but there's also gossip inherent with this card. But because it's in the upright, I'm looking at more the energy of being stuck in a mental prison that you often have triggered by when you're in a celebration of sorts. It could, I'm getting it over here. When you are celebrating with other people, you often find yourself sitting back and observing, feeling as if you're locked off from everybody else. And it puts you in a state of lack of interest, boredom. You see, this person has 3 cups of their own, and yet they don't care. And they have a cup from the divine coming to them as well. And they don't care about that either. It's that mental prison. Everybody else is celebrating, and you got 3 cups in front of you, yet that means nothing to you. Why? It's because you do have this heart space, and you have a full cup. And this is feminine, Scorpio, Cancerian energy, but it's a need to recognize where to follow your intuition, know when to give from that cup, and know when to keep that cup intuitively to yourself and protect the contents within that cup. And also the contents of one's heart. And so it may be that you're giving too much of yourself in certain situations and being overprotective in others. But the Queen honors her cup. She doesn't give freely to everybody. She knows when to hold back and intuitively does so. So protecting the heart space and yielding from it when it's appropriate. And that's actually probably why the mental prison here, why you feel locked off from everybody else. You may have given too much of yourself in a lot of different scenarios, and now you're confused about what is the appropriate time. You should always be able to connect with your heart space in a place where you know, and you just know, and love yourself enough to do so. You have the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse as well here, which is indicative of somebody who's bringing themselves out of the cold, exercising self-empowerment so that they can do so. And that's something that you need to, discern for yourself, is where have you felt in the past that you've been left out in the cold? And where can you exercise self-empowerment to make that no longer a reality? Because these people are outside of a church, and churches offer sanctuary. And so they're choosing to leave themselves out in the cold as opposed to getting up, picking up their stuff, and moving on. So that's something that you have to figure out for yourself. It's bringing yourself out of that mental prison too. But again, I think this is also a very poignant message here, is when are you giving of yourself too much, and when do you need to protect your heart space a lot more? Because it always gets you back into that mental prison. Everybody else is celebrating and you're damn miserable. Looking at February, we have an extremely appropriate card for February for you. This is your card, the Star. This is healing. This is the faith and hope in something greater, a wish that is greater than anything that you've ever hoped for, that you can keep your eyes locked on and travel through the dark night in search of, and just always have faith and hope that it's there as something that you are looking towards and that you've always looked towards. A connectedness with the self is also inherent here. It's extremely important for you at this time to connect with the self, because this card is in this position for February, and February is your month, and this is your power card. Healing is going to happen. This is the end of your personal year and the beginning of your personal year during February. So the connectedness with the self and healing has to happen. Let's see why. Star card for February. What is this? For Aquarius, what is this? When I'm shuffling your cards, it seems like they're a little jumbled. They want to stick. They don't want to glide smoothly. That's a little troublesome for me. Aquarius. Aquarius, show me more. We got 2 who have come out. We have 2 who have come out. Did you hear that? We have 2 who have come out. There are 2 things that you're healing from, or 2 people that you need to heal. The way that you feel about 2 encounters. I just got shivers. Yeah. 2 encounters. who you have to, 2 individuals you have to heal from. Okay, yeah, we keep getting 4 cards for you here. So we have the 7 of Pentacles in the upright, the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Page of Cups in the reverse, and then the 6 of Wands. There's somebody that you, okay. So what we have here is we have investment. Did you putting the proper investment into something, whether and more than likely it's to yourself, because this is a card that's in direct relationship to you during February. Where have you put in the proper emotional investment so that you could build something you know, of worth on the material plane, not necessarily something that's going to bring you profit, but something that you can build toward a legacy? Because during February, something that you do need to heal for yourself is the question of if you have built the correct path towards legacy for yourself. And I think there's a disconnectedness that comes with that for you, because the big question that always comes to us every year during our birthday season is, what is going to survive me when I'm no longer here? And that is legacy. Legacy survives us when we no longer walk the earthly plane. Yet you feel here that this is not happening for you. The 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, that you haven't left anything of appropriate legacy or adequate legacy. And so looking at this here, have you laid the proper groundwork? Where can you lay the proper groundwork towards a successful investment towards legacy? And what does that look like? Are you putting in the appropriate effort and energy? And what is your legacy? That is a question that you need to ask yourself. In addition to that, you have a lack of apology. You owe somebody an apology, or somebody owes you an apology. That's what, remember when I started doing things, we were doing the shuffle and it was who. Yeah, and I know that you had 2 cards that came down. One of them is somebody that you need to reconnect with to have an apology, or that you need to communicate with when it comes to an apology of some sort. It's not always an apology. Sometimes it's just an emotional communication to express something small, but that's something that you do need to express. And there will be triumph attached to it. And that is a part of the triumph, is understanding where we admit the small things that we do need to in order to bring about peace. This is victory and winning out with the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is victory and winning out after conflict. It's usually a victory homecoming, somebody who is proud of their achievements. And so the question is, where am I proud of my achievements? Where have I laid the proper groundwork? Is it something that I'm traveling towards leaving a legacy that I can be proud of? Have I communicated everything that I need to, and tied up loose ends, and owned up, and really exercised the appropriate accountability in my life? Where am I winning out, and where have I achieved victory over adversity? You know, that's your February. Let's look at March. We have the moon in the reverse, oftentimes rather than Cancer, which is actually, for me and many other readers, this is a Cancerian card. Some people do believe this to be a Piscean card. You might actually be a Pisces, Aquarius, Cusper, but this is coming out of confusion. This is the alleviation of nightmares. This is also the alleviation of deception. So this would be then honesty. So the moon card is about dispelling myth, dispelling deception, the lifting of nightmare energy. And so with this moon, you're getting clarity on something that was shrouded in shadow during March. Let's take a look here. So let's see what this moon in reverse energy is for you during March for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we see here with this? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March. What have we? We have one that's fallen. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for March. Okay, that's it. You're getting 4 for all of them. It's interesting, isn't it? 4 might be a number of significance for you. So we have the 2 of Wands in the reverse, no longer delaying. This is something that you have to, so there's a call to honesty, a call to accountability and ownership that you need, that is apparent here. It's urgent. This is a card of urgency for me when it lands. It's almost like putting the urgent stamp on a card that's already urgent with the 3 of Wands in the reverse. This is no longer standing around or resting on your laurels, lest you miss out, But this is about urgency. the urgency to be accountable to your actions, to own up to things. We have the Four of Pentacles with it. There is some urgent energy here as far as protecting your heart space, but also saving up your resources, protecting your finances, being honest and accountable to your finances, owning up to your expenses, no longer spending frivolously. There's also something here about needing to be honest with yourself when it comes to your heart space. And I think we already had that with the Queen of Cups in the upright. Where are you not protecting your cup? The King of Cups is Scorpio, Pisces, masculine energy. And a Scorpio, Pisces, masculine energy in the King of Cups is somebody who presides over the heart space with a regality. Somebody who simply knows and is secure in their heart space enough to act out of a space of protective energy when it comes to the emotional fulfillment that they offer to others, but does not accept anything less themselves. They don't engage in anything less. So it's not somebody who's just dilly-dallying around in many different pots. There's somebody who is selective of their partners and owns up to sovereignty within themselves and within their heart space. There's ownership energy here over this, and the need to exercise ownership over this, and where you are protecting your energy and where you are dirtying it with too many things, too many people, too many individuals' energy. It's important for you during this time. Remember with the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. This Four of Pentacles is not just protecting your finances and saving up your resources. It's also, if you look, protecting the heart space. I think I'd mentioned this in another individual's reading. This is why I think I'm also leaning towards Aquarius, Pisces, cusp energy, is because I believe I said in the Pisces reading about how this person, it's almost like they're calling the quarters. If you see there, when a pagan or when a Wiccan casts a circle, they call the quarters, and those are the watchtowers for the quarters, the guardians of the watchtower. A lot of people will see, but you actually are supposed to call the watchtowers. They're calling the quarters, and those are the quarters. They are the directions, and those are protective energies, and this person is protecting their heart space, their energy. How are you protecting your energy? It's not just your resources when it comes to the coin here. It's also yourself and your sovereignty, protecting your energy from people who may not be necessarily healthy for it. All right. Okay. And we have the Seven of Wands, another highly protective card. You're on the defensive here. You defended your previous actions when it comes to this, but it's almost like you're holding yourself accountable or starting to move into the self-realization of where you haven't necessarily been protective over this. Yet at the same time, you're defensive over your past actions. That's during March. But you're no longer deceiving yourself about it. Even though you're going to defend your previous actions, your past actions, when it comes to this stuff, especially this here, right? You're defending against all of the people who are coming at you. Yet at the same time, you know individually in your own internal dialogue that you deceived yourself in the past, and that deceptive energy with the moon in reverse is lifting, you know? So while you're telling other people to piss off because of the choices that you've made in the past, you personally know where you need to hold yourself accountable for what you've given away frivolously, what you've spent frivolously. It's not just your monetary debt. It's your soul debt. You know? All right, let's take a look at April for you. What do we see for April? We see the Emperor in the reverse. This is Aries energy. This is fearmonger energy. This is somebody who doesn't rule with a steady hand like we see here. This is somebody who rules by force, who's somebody who leads with fear, somebody who is pushy, somebody who rules by force, conflict, a tyrant father. That kind of energy. Why is Aquarius encountering the Emperor in the reverse during April? Let's see. April for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm getting this, the jumbling of the cards is happening here when I'm shuffling for you. They don't want to stay straight. They want to twist. Yeah, because you don't think anything is fair. There's blame shifting that's happening. I think this is personal accountability 101. And a summing up of things. There's a personal accountability issue here because there's blame shifting. The cards always want to twist. Twist for fairness, I always say at the beginning of every reading, right? But they're twisting while I'm shuffling them. Why are they doing that, right? Let's see. I've been doing a lot of readings, man. And, you know, this doesn't happen all the time. We have one. That's too many. That's card vomit. So we have one. What else? For April. What is this? Emperor in the reverse energy for Aquarius. Okay. All right. So, okay. Won't you believe it's just my luck? That's what I'm hearing here for this card. So we have the Empress in the upright. You're attempting to balance out tyrannical masculine energy by responding with feminine, fertile, creative energy. The Earth Mother attempting to pacify a fiery, combative, masculine energy here with the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy on this. You might be attempting to live into the feminine or reconnect with the feminine Earth. You're trying to find creative solutions. I'm hearing over here on this side, trying to find creative solutions to this tyrannical energy. You might be feeling as if you might blow your stack. You blow your stack often. Sorry, I'm just a little itchy here. You might blow your stack. You might lose your temper often. And then what ends up happening is when you blow your temper, you try to come back afterwards and counterbalance it or counter it with feminine creative solutioning, like as a means to it's like an apology without an apology. It's interesting. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, trying to come out of conflict. See the Five of Wands? Trying to come back after argumentative energy or after conflict, direct conflict with somebody, and using creative solutions and feminine energy in order to smooth out the rough edges that have happened after blow-ups during April. There is a twist of fate that happens here. Remember, the wheel is the journey in and of itself. The wheel of the year is what we're doing here today. Everybody goes on that wheel. And the wheel is, you know, you're at the top. You're at the height of your success. We all fall and we all rise. Height of success, the downfall, rock bottom, rising like the phoenix. And you're on this journey right now. You're going to find yourself as a result of some conflict or coming out of conflict, either moving somewhere on the wheel towards either new success, the height of success, a downfall, or towards your rock bottom. You're attempting to find creative solutions as you're connecting with a Taurus, Libra individual. You're trying, in fact, didn't we have here, somewhere in here, we had Empress in the reverse, didn't we? I know that we did. I thought that was your overall underneath the Rider-Waite. You're attempting to flip that. It's been an energy that we've had for you for months. You're attempting to flip it. You're attempting to right the ship using creative solutions because there's been conflict and you're trying to gain peace over the conflict. Okay? What do we have here for you? Queen of Pentacles during May. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This is Capricorn energy. Capricorn feminine energy. It is ambition, determination, and drive towards great goals. Leadership energy. Somebody who climbs the height of a mountain to its success through that determination. through their drive, but also somebody who would typically create comfort and luxury within a home space. So that's not just a home, or not just a house or the four walls of a home. It is a home in and of itself. The feeling of home is inherent here with this Queen of Pentacles. During May, you may not necessarily be feeling at rest in your home, or you may be feeling a lack of ambition. You could be encountering a Capricorn who does not feel at home in their surroundings, but you might not be feeling at home in your surroundings. You might have Capricorn in your chart, and you might be a Capricorn Aquarius cusp, or conversely. But there's an inability to provide the comfort in the home space, a restlessness within the home space, or a lack of ambition. Let's see what this is for May. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. See? Do you see this? This doesn't want to work. It doesn't want to work. Do you not want to work? Because this is about work. Capricorns work. They work hard and they have a respect for hard work. Do you not want to work? I'm not trying to be accusatory. It's just, this is the kind of stuff that, you know, comes out during a reading. Right? We have another way of a flipper. Okay, all right. There's a lack of peace offering here. Okay. Yeah, we have two Capricorn cards in the reverse. There's indulgence, there's temptation. This is a lack of respect for the tangible, the things we build upon the earth. Excess. Somebody who indulges to the point of excess. Somebody who is lazy, who doesn't want to work towards their goals. And there is something that you're revisiting in regards to this. There's a lack of moderation in the things that come from the earthly plane that we should have a proper respect for. But you're coming back around towards it so that you can learn the lesson again, because you didn't learn it the first time. Your indulgences. There is no communication of a peace offering or a timepiece, but this is also where you have not communicated something that somebody could take with them to close out a cycle. It's like if there, I said this in, what did I say this in Cancer's reading? If it's any consolation, at least there was this one thing of worth that somebody could take out of something that was closing out, a cycle that was closing out. The cycle isn't closing out. There was no consolation. There was no consolation prize, or if it's any consolation, at least there was this one thing of worth that was communicated. There was no communication about anything. And therefore, the cycle repeats itself. The indulgence and the lack of moderation for the indulgence still occurs during May. You're repeating a cycle in May about a lesson that you should have learned prior. It has to do with Capricorn energy. Also fixed signs of Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. Tell me about in June here. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. This is transparency where there was normally deception and treachery. If we look here, this person is trying to stow away with the swords while the soldiers are sleeping in camp. It's in the reverse. So this is transparency. This is where somebody is attempting to be honest, to maintain their integrity, as opposed to being treacherous, a thief in the night, right? So this is where somebody is attempting to be transparent about something, trying to live into an honest energy, maintain their integrity. Tell me more about this for June for Aquarius. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. Is because you come out of healing, or somebody else has come out of healing, a meditative, restful state of quiet repose, to introspect, to learn. Seven of Swords in the upright. After experiencing treachery, loss at the hands of somebody who was deceptive. What else? What else do we have here? What else do we have here? Just a sec. Sorry, that's card vomit. Just give me a second here. So interesting, we only have two cards thus far here for the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Let's get one more for Seven of Swords in the reverse for June for Aquarius. What else is there? What else? What else? Show me. What else? Okay, there we go. Tower in reverse. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords in the reverse with the Seven of Swords in the upright and the Tower in the reverse. You're attempting to redeem yourself, if you will, with some transparency, where there will, after a period, coming out of a period of quiet repose and meditation, either you or somebody else is doing so, attempting to redeem themselves after a time of quiet repose and meditation. You've thought on something and you're attempting to redeem yourself with transparency after a time of deception and treacherous energy with Seven of Swords in the reverse. That's the reason for this, is that you realize the error of your ways, or somebody else realizes the error of their ways after meditation, rest, introspection. And it's rather shocking. There's a shocking revelation that comes to you, or it's a pleasant surprise that comes to you or to somebody else as a result of this Scorpio energy on this one here. But the fact of the matter is that it's almost like a learning of the error of the ways. And again, I'm not attempting to be accusatory in this, because it could be, you can flip the script. It could be you, it could be somebody that you're involved with. But it seems to be that after some mindfulness, exercising mindfulness, going within, seeking that self-realization, that internal self-awareness, that there is a realization of an error of either you or somebody else's ways, where there was previous deceptive energy flowing outwards from either you or another individual. And so there's an attempt to redeem oneself with that energy of the Seven of Swords in the reverse, where there was once Seven of Swords in the upright. Again, you're attempting to right the ship. I think I'd already said that for you. And it's rather shocking, but it's a pleasant shock to the system, if you will. During July, we have the Six of Swords in the upright. This is moving on from an island that is burning, moving forward onto greener pastures. You see they have their possessions with them. There's going to be a trip overseas, a trip over water, moving house, but it's moving forward, progression forward, away from something that was destroyed, so that you can move into something new on the horizon. Let's see what that is for July for you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. That was rather quick, but that's too many. Let's see. You're just, the cards don't want to do. We have the Ten of Wands. There's burdens here. There's great responsibility with this movement forward. Great responsibility. You feel the weight of it on your shoulders. There's a song with that. The weight upon my shoulders. I'm just hearing it. The weight upon my shoulders. Tell me more. For the Six of Swords in the upright during July for you, Aquarius. Do you see this? Do you see this? You're talking to a seasoned veteran here, and this isn't working out. That's another thing that's being said. This isn't working out. Let's move on to something else. Let's move forward into something else. Let's move forward. Let's move. I'm hearing. It's a conversation in between two people. Let's hear what else there is. Anything else on the Six of Swords for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. That's too many. Ooh, but we did have one that separated itself out. Moon energy in the upright. Lighthouse looking at a lighthouse. Standing at a lighthouse looking at a lighthouse. So we have the Ten of Wands in the upright with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. That's that Capricorn energy again, but it's in the reverse. Remember I said before, you have that during May in the reverse as well. So we could be looking at July, but then looking back towards the energy of May. You're revisiting the energy of May here. So let's take a look. You have great burden and responsibility, the weight upon my shoulders. There's a song with the weight upon my shoulders. I don't know what it is, but I'm hearing it. The weight upon my shoulders. That is something poignant here, and that's the reason for moving on, moving away from something that is of great responsibility that is weighing upon your shoulders, trying to leave it in your wake so you can move on to something that is better for you, where there's opportunity, a land of opportunity in July. Again, we had already talked about in May about this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Capricorn feminine energy. It's either a lack of ambition or drive towards something that is of great professional, material, tangible fulfillment, but also feeling that you are not comfortable in your home space, or there's Capricorn energy that isn't sitting comfortably in the home space, the inability to provide luxury, to create a home out of four walls that are normally just a house. A house isn't a home until you provide that comfort that rests within it. And so this could also be energy of excess. The issue here, though, for me, is this moon card. It is deceptive energy, something shrouded in the shadows, nightmares, lies, illusion. So it's almost like you're kidding yourself if you think, yeah, I'm getting it over here. So there's the Six of Swords in the upright. Moving on from something, leaving something in its wake that's burning, moving on to something. If the initial issue is not resolved, a change of scenery is not going to solve the problem. If something remains the same, remember, this is basic pattern recognition. Yes, you're fooling yourself. If this pattern recognition, because you encounter it in May, then you move into July and you see it again. If you're consistently feeling like the weight is upon your shoulders, you're always carrying a 10 of Wands with you everywhere you go, what about a change of scenery is going to change that? If the one constant is this stuff is always happening, I keep moving addresses, I keep on moving locations, I keep on trying to push forward, but no matter what happens, everything stays the same. No matter what changes, everything stays the same. What is the one constant there? That's an internal dialogue that you have to look at for yourself. Where within that, exercise that internal self-awareness, because there's a deception energy here. And you're deceiving yourself about this. There's indulgence here. One sec. Okay, so looking at August, we have the Tower in the reverse. The Tower in reverse is actually, it's funny because you had the Tower in the reverse here for June, and it's kind of an extension of that moving into August. There's surprise energy moving in for you. Remember, the Tower can be a shocking moment. It is something that's unexpected, but in the upright, it would be something that's naturally unpleasant. Scorpionic energy on this one. So the Tower in the upright, remember, is that shocking energy. In the reverse, it may not necessarily be something that is unpleasant, or it could very well be that it's a blessing in disguise. So initially, you might have a negative reaction to it or an adverse reaction to it, but it is for the greater good. Let's look at that Tower in reverse energy for you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have a flipper here. Let's see what that one is. Nine of Swords energy in the reverse. What else? Something that calms the anxiety within you. Anxiety, sleepless nights, nightmares. Worry. Something that alleviates worry and anxiety for you. Something that you've been up at night about. It's a pleasant surprise. It calms your nerves during August. What else? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We can unpack it. No, that's just too haphazard for me. What is it? Tell me more. When you know, you know, you know. Okay, there we go. Queen of Swords in the reverse and Justice. Oh, no, okay. This might be a court case that's finally ruling in your favor, or it's something that's a blessing in disguise. Again, you might initially have an adverse reaction to it, but eventually it actually is something that works in your favor. Libra energy, double Libra energy on this. It could be something that begins in August and moves through into, moves through into Libra season, which would be mid-September on through mid-October. But it is something that puts your mind at ease, where you had anxiety, sleepless nights, worry, nightmares over it. You're coming out of that energy because of the shocking, pleasant surprise here. And it is, again, a shock. And like I said, it might not necessarily seem as if at the moment that it happens or it comes to light for you that it is a good thing, but it is something that eventually works out in your favor, or it's a blessing in disguise. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse, so that's the lack of balance, the lack of equilibrium, deceptive energy, but also this could be a court case that doesn't look to be ruling in your favor. This is Justice. This is Lady Justice herself, and she is swift. She cuts with precision. So it is the sword of truth that she's cutting with. She's cutting through the BS with Libra energy on this again, feminine Libra energy, and then Justice. So it's a balancing. Again, I feel like this is court energy. This is a court case. I don't feel that you feel there's a sense of justice in this for you, but it does eventually work out in your favor. It is a blessing in disguise, because once it's all over and done with, you have this alleviation of those nightmares, those sleepless nights. Something that's been keeping you up at night. Oftentimes people will say, well, how do I sleep at night? I don't, when it comes to the stress of this kind of stuff. So it seems like moving through that there is a weighing up of the heart versus the feather, and somebody is coming to atone for something, and it's a blessing in disguise for you, but you have to get through that energy in August. September, we have conflict for you with the Five of Wands. There's arguments going on. There's conflict. There's something that you're engaging in here. What is it, Aquarius? Sun, moon, rising. Yeah, things keep on wanting to turn. It's not fair. It's not fair. There's something where you feel hard done by. Again, I keep on getting a blame shifting energy, because remember, we twist for fairness, and these cards keep on twisting in my hands. It's like you twist things to suit your purposes, or somebody else twists things to suit their purposes. Let's see, when we have conflict, what is the conflict about during September? What is this conflict about? I keep on seeing the Sword of Truth. I keep on seeing Ace of Swords. What is the conflict? That's too many. What is the conflict? What is the conflict? You don't want to talk about the conflict. You want to avoid it. There's avoidance in it. So we have this like ownership that's happening through the whole spread, but then you hit this one certain point. Oh yeah, Ace of Cups. Conflict caused by the beginning of a relationship. It could be a beginning of a friendship or a beginning of a new partnership, but it causes emotional fulfillment for somebody. Yeah, you keep on wanting to twist cards. I have cards that keep on moving out of position. Twisting things to suit your purposes. Ace of Cups, eh? Conflict over the beginning of a relationship. What else? We had one fall. I can't see it. It's down there. I'll face down. What else? Interesting. You don't want to talk about it. Sorry. Interesting, because we have the Ace of Cups in October too. So is this a prolonged beginning of a connection, or is this two connections beginning back to back? Oh, okay. This is why the conflict. There's the beginning of a relationship, but then also a reconciliation that happens at the same time, or the beginning of this relationship is a reconciliation. You're revisiting something that was initially meant to be an ending. It's like the merry-go-round of crazy happening over again. This causes conflict. There's conflict about this, and there's heartbreak that is caused by this in September. Great heartbreak. There are people, many people fighting over this. A lot of yelling, a lot of sorrow. Sorrow found me when I was young. Sorrow by the National. Scorpio energy here. You keep, this is a cycle that was supposed to end, but you keep repeating the cycle with new beginnings that cause heartbreak. New beginning of a relationship or something of emotional fulfillment, a new connection, the birth of a new connection, something that was supposed to end that causes heartbreak, and that's the conflict. Ace of Cups energy we have here for October. So there's a new beginning of another relationship. Either that or the energy of October for you carries, energy of September carries through for you into October. I feel like they're two separate energies. And the reason I say that is because I was trying to refer to September and I said October. So you have two separate energies of two different emotional fulfillments beginning for you, two emotional connections beginning for you. Tell me more about this. October, Ace of Cups for October. Is this 3? Yes, oh, it's 4. It's like I said before, you have 4 cards landing on most of your spread for clarification. Let me just put these down and put these over here for you. 6 of Pentacles, the Chariot, 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Fool in the reverse. Okay. So in October, the beginning of this new connection, the separate connection, separate of the one that's happening in September, we have the 6 of Pentacles in the upright, Libra energy. So it is happening indeed during Libra season. So it'll be happening during the front end of October as opposed to the back end of October 2024. There is a call to balance and equilibrium here, and a need for you to examine where you are the charity or where you are the charitable. Where is the give? Where is the take? And there needs to be a balancing of the two of these. There is also indicated here a change of address, movement forward. This is Cancerian energy. But I always see the Chariot as a change of address card. So with the beginning of this relationship comes the need to change address. That could directly relate to the 3 of Swords, the sorrow there, the heartbreak there. You might be getting booted out of somewhere. Or somebody else's. There's also 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, hands-off, a hands-off approach to honing one's craft. Remember, your overall theme, your overall energy during this whole next year is about honing your craft. Without delay, hone your craft. Without delay, put in the hard work and the effort. In October, it seems that you're letting the foot off the gas when it comes to honing your craft. When it comes to putting in the energy towards building something of worth on the tangible plane. Remember, you cannot approach the 9 of Pentacles, which is your own independence and ability to stand on your own 2 feet, and therefore build a legacy with the 10 of Pentacles that's going to outlast you, that's going to survive you, if you do not put in the appropriate work in the 8 of Pentacles. But this Ace of Cups somehow spurns on movement forward and progress forward, or a change of address or travel of some sort, and a call to balance and equilibrium. But then there's this lack of work. Either you're having trouble finding work or you stop working. The Fool in the reverse is no longer sojourning down the path towards a journey, the fool's journey, right? In order to learn, not taking risks, taking a hands-off approach. Instead of walking the path, you're observing, no longer taking risks for the purposes of learning. So there's no more movement forward towards something. You're kind of sitting back and watching, or somebody else is not taking risks. Avoiding taking the adventurousness there. Aries energy on that. All right, let's see for you. From November 2023 through to October 2024, what are numbers of significance for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? I do want you to check out your other placements. Let's see what we have. We have 10, which is endings and beginnings, because it breaks down to a 1, which is initiation. Then we have 9, which breaks down to 3 by 3, but it's this very spiritual number in and of itself. You'll have to look that one up. I can't remember. Another 1, so there is initiation, beginnings for you. And then 7, which is of spirituality, the connection with the spiritual self. Let's get your magnetic poetry and then we'll be done for you. I've mixed it up a little bit because I know we were getting a little overdone, and I'm going to give you a little bit more than I normally do. So let's see, for Aquarius, what are the messages? You're going to need to make sentences out of this. Pick out the significance of the words yourself. I don't tell you what's significant. You tell yourself what's significant. What do we have? Okay, all right. That's for you, Aquarius. Pick out what you will, leave the rest. If this resonated with you or you like what I do, either here or on a consistent basis with any of the other readings, share the love, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you either for 2-Minute Tuesdays if I get to them this week. If I don't, that's just what's happening. But again, be well, take care of yourself, and we'll see you when we see you next. Bye-bye now. Yeah, so this is your spread. This is the nightmare that is recording. This is why we don't show this is why we don't show your charts here. This is why we don't share your table or your board. Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll see you when we see you. Okay, bye.